In this tutorial, I'm going to show how to insert your art into one of my digital mockup files using Krita, which is free to download. My digital mockups are for sale on my Etsy site. There's a link in the description. Krita is like Photoshop, but it's open source, so it's free. You don't need to purchase any software to use my mockups. Just download Krita at krita.org. I'm going to show how to insert two kinds of image files, one that has a transparent, or alpha, background, and one with a colored background. They both work fine. I'll be using my 8x10 vertical black frame mockup, but this tutorial applies to any size frame or scene. So you'll need the 8x10 insert your art here.krita file, and you'll need the mockup simple black 8x10 Krita file, and then you will need an image of your art. There's two here because I'm going to show both colored background and transparent background. And finally, you need Krita, and you need Krita version 4.4 or higher. If it's version 4.3 or lower, this won't work. So first step, open up 8x10 insert your art here.krita. Now drag and drop your art into Krita, and we're going to start with the colored background first. So just left click, drag and drop, and select insert as new layer. Now it's almost certainly not going to be the same size, and hopefully it's a little bit bigger. So come over to the transform tool, click it, and it will bring up these handles that you can use to resize your art. So left click and hold on the lower right hand handle, and you don't want to squish your art, so hold down shift and that will constrain the image to the right aspect ratio. And you can just kind of get it close and then make sure we're good here. Looks like we need to just get that over there, and we need to get this right over here. So it's unlikely to be precisely down to the pixel the exact same aspect ratio. That's fine, no worries. You just don't want there to be any little gap right here if you have a opaque background like this. So just make sure it's nice and close and overlapping just a little bit, and then you are good to go. So once you've got this the way you like it, come up to File, Export, not Save, but Export, and then Save as Type. Either JPEG or PNG is fine since this is an opaque background. We'll just go with PNG and then name it something meaningful. And I like to leave this first bit in here so that I know where this image came from, so I can keep track of it. So I'm going to go Robin Sadowski art sunflower. Boom. All right. Okay, now if you were instead wanted to use art that has a transparent background, I'm just going to show how to do that real quick. So I'm just going to remove this layer. So this is just like we just opened the file, and we come over to our transparent background, left click, drag and drop, select insert as new layer, and then we come over to the transform tool. And since it's transparent, it hasn't brought in the whole canvas that this came from, so we need to resize it and center it ourselves. It's not going to you don't need to take it to the edges because there's no background to it. So get it to the right scale and location that you like. And that looks good. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to say File, Export. And now with an image that has that is transparent, you have no choice. You have to do PNG or TIFF, but since this is for screen, go with PNG. JPEG won't retain transparency information. So now we're going to go Robin Sadowski art sunflower transparent. Okay, we're good here. We can close this file. We don't need to save it. And then we can come over and open up mockup simple black 8x10.krita. And it will come up with a little file not found message. because it's looking for a file that's on my computer. So that's fine. Go ahead and hit no. You don't want to locate it manually. And here we go. So all you have to do in here is come to the layer that says right-click me, give it a click, select Properties, and then browse to your art by clicking this little button right here. So we want to make sure we're picking the right one. So this is the image that we created, right? It says 8x10, insert your art here. So that's where it came from. And then Robin Sadowski art. And this is obviously the one with the colored background to it. So we hit open and we hit OK. And there we go. We are good to go. And so to get this one out, we say File, Export, and I like to keep the beginning to it, and then say Sadowski sunflower colored final. That sounds good. PNG or JPEG would be appropriate here. And go ahead and hit save. And OK. And if you instead wanted to do the other bit of art, the one with the transparent background, just switch it over, right-click the image layer, Properties, click the little Browse button, and select the transparent one that we made. Hit OK. Hit OK. And there we go. And you noticed it wasn't quite in the same spot because we manually located that other one. So, and then again, File, Export, Robin Sadowski, Art, Sunflower, Final. And PNG or JPEG is fine here. Okay, that's it. Here are our finals. All right, thanks. If you have any questions, a request for a specific size, any other comments, please don't hesitate to leave a comment or send me an email. Also, I would love to see your art in my mockups. So if you use my mockups and you create something, just shoot me a link to your shop. I'd love to go check it out. Thanks a lot. Cheers.